It's not how quickly you can climb the ladder that matters, but how you successfully manage through each phase while avoiding the most common pitfalls. Dr. Ankita Singh, Senior Vice President, Global Head of HR, IT, Travel, and Admin at Signex Datamatics. She is a PhD, gold medalist in BBA and MBA, certified PPA with many awards in her kitty. We are so glad you're on our show today, Ankita.
Thank you so much, Rashi. Pleasure. It's an honor to me, actually.
So, we at Rabbi Rashi Foundation is going to listen to what Dr. Ankita has for us today. The topic is the growth ladder. So, Dr. Ankita, first tell us about yourself. Over to you.
Thanks, Rashi. I think you have covered enough. You have practically covered everything. But as you mentioned, I am working with Datamatics Group. This September, I'll be completing 16 years. So yes, tremendous, amazing growth journey with the same company for such a long time, and still enjoying my phase. So that's about my professional career, because most of the time has been spent with Datamatics. Personally, I think I love driving. I love painting. I'm very passionate about photography, and I read a lot. More than reading, I think I'm more interested in studying. So I keep enrolling for some or the other course every quarter. Yeah, so life is good, and just trying to make it a little more beautiful in the best possible manner.
That's very sweet and wonderful at the same time, Dr. Ankita. We are talking about a very, very need of the hour topic today. That is the growth ladder. You know, the growth the steps have changed all of a sudden because of the pandemic. So, you first explain us the theory of the growth ladder, then the new normal, both.
So I'll give you a very generic answer, which I think will fit pre and post COVID both. I think when we define a growth ladder and when we talk about individual, we just have to answer five basic questions. You know, four W's and one H. So I'll start with a W. But the first one is why. So, you know, whatever you do, you have to define a purpose. You have to have a purpose around it. So once you have a purpose, when you know why you want to see yourself somewhere else, why you want to see that growth coming in your journey, probably things become very easy. So purpose has to be the first and primary thing. Second would be who, which is obviously in your particular case, it's the individual. So in introspection, retrospection becomes really important. You have to understand your capabilities, your limitations, your aspirations, how passionate you are about the journey that you have defined for yourself, the growth ladder that you have defined for yourself. So that becomes very important. So that answers your second question, which is who. Third would be where. So, you know, each ladder will have those steps, and you will have something written there. This is where I want to reach. So probably your second step, you see yourself there just after 3 months. Probably the third step will take 3 years. So there has to be a clarity. You should know that which step will take how much time. Fourth is what, because you have defined your purpose, you know really well about yourself, your capabilities, you know where you want to see yourself in what time, then you start thinking about what all has to be done to attain that level, right? What all has to be, how, what skill sets are required, what kind of awareness is required, how much ownership has to be taken, how adaptable approaches you have towards your plan. So once that is defined, the last question would be how, and which is nothing but connecting all the dots. So you have your purpose, you have your capabilities defined, you know where you want to go, you know what all resources you have, what all has to be done to reach there. You just connect all those four dots, and you define your process. That becomes your how. So I think if at all we answer these 5 questions, be it pre current situation or post COVID.
So, Dr. Ankita, there is a very fine line between being politically correct and having tactic skills, especially when if you want to grow in your career. And I personally feel that uh, how true you are to yourself will get you success. What is your viewpoint?
Very true, Rashi. I would second that. I would say you should never compromise as far as your values and ethics are concerned. So, uh, being politically correct, I think, is needed most of the time, and not everywhere. As they say, right? Forget about winning all the wars. You don't have to even participate in few. A lot of us we take politically correct with a very negative connotation, wherein I have always, whenever I read the definition as well long back. So it always said, when you are more sensitive to others, why unnecessarily get into situation where it becomes more than difficult for you to step out of it. Wherein tactic, any tactical person, I don't think will always be, politically correct, because I, at least as per my thinking, I don't think there is a very thin line between politically correct and tactic. Instead, I would say there is a very thin line between being tactical and being strategic. So strategic person will always accommodate as per the situation. They will do whatever best, or they will say whatever best suit that particular situation. A politically correct person will not do that. So as they rightly say, right, think strategically and act tactically. It is never and it will never be a practical solution for a politically correct person. There will always be nice people to stay, and in a way it will affect their growth, in a way it will support their growth, because as we say, right, we are social animals, we are working with people. It totally depends on the other person. If that person is bias free, if that person is open to listen and understand, and if you are clear in presenting your thought, that person will take it as a content. Wherein if the other person on the other side is not that open minded, if there is some ego clash, probably it's going to be a bad thing for
Yeah,
you.
and I guess to sum it up, I would say that it's important to be um, strategically correct. Then it's also important to be politically correct. But I think all these things are more habit driven. Simple people, starting on the steps, I don't know where they reach, but I haven't lost being simple and being straightforward. Yeah, coming to the youngsters, we have a lot of youngsters working in a foundation also in doing internships. So they keep asking, that what are the different steps to sustainable heights in career?
Rashi, again, very generic question. It's same for us. We've been in the system for 20 years, and we are still struggling, or probably we are still thinking about a sustainable model. I always go by 5 or 6 P's. So, again, purpose, I think, is and should be omnipresent. Whatever you do, a smallest thing in your life should start with a purpose. Purpose holds its importance, and that will always top the chart. Second will be a passion. If you want to be there where you are, or if at all you want to grow, you have to be passionate about what you're doing. Third P, I would say, is planning. So not every time luck will support. The probability is very low. You have to have a progressive approach. When I say progressive approach, sometimes we climb and we reach a level and we think that we are the fittest person for this place. Probably that's a myth. Things are changing at such a fast pace that every day is a new day. So you have to have a progressive mindset, which is a learning mindset. You have to purpose, passion, planning, process, progressive mindset. And the sixth one, which is really important, is people. No matter how much you grow, no matter how much you are capable of thinking and ensuring that I'll sustain, you will never be able to move forward or you will never be able to celebrate your journey that you have covered so far, if at all you do not have people around you. So do take care of people with whom you're working back at home, anybody who is working with you or in any way associated with you. So just
I so agree with you, what you just shared. So, Dr. Ankita, the best way to measure your career growth is to set your personal goals. This is what we have been following till now. Giving time to yourself. So, once anyone who is at the top of the ladder, they measure their growth by either money, awards, education qualification, maybe number of units they are having. You know, if you talk about businessmen, we have 5 factories or we have 5 micro units. What exactly and what is the truth about the top, the last step of the ladder?
as it is situation based, I would say this would be individual specific. Each individual is different. So to me, if at all I am able to work for 6 hours and I'm able to finish my work, I'm able to spend 4 hours to 5 hours with my family, I'm able to travel. Probably, obviously, not every day will be a balanced day. I'll miss something today, but I'll cover it up tomorrow. And if at all, whatever I'm passionate about, whatever I love doing, if I'm able to do it, I think I have reached that level. Obviously, it will not stop because I'm still learning. If there are better opportunities, I would definitely want to explore. If at all there is a possibility of giving more time to my family, I'll try and do that. If at all there is a possibility of working from anywhere, so do photography for 2 hours and work for 3 hours, I will explore all those options. So there is no fixed layer which can be defined as a final layer of this pyramid, but it has to be defined as per the individual. And the simplest definition, if at all I have to say, I would say, if at all you have prioritized 5 things as your success factor in your life, probably every day you're not able to map all of those in your daily life. Every individual will have their individual pyramid, and it's defined by them. Mine is very simple. If at all you are able to attain whatever you have defined, it's a success story.
That was great. So, Dr. Ankita, now this is something which has been coming to me often from a lot of people of late. So, before the pandemic, you know, the ladder was real straight. You know, everybody was following the rules, the regulations, the system. You know how it is all built, the blocks.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, uh, we've spoken to so many people who were on the third or the fourth step, you know, and all of a sudden they are on the seventh or the eighth, if the ladder count would be 12, because they got many chances of different kind because they didn't know they were steps ahead. So you think this is a blessing, or they're gonna crash
So,
down?
as I said, I think nothing happens by luck. I'm sure everybody who has exponentially seen growth in last 4 to 5 months would have exponentially invested in themselves, right? So people would have not just sat back and they would have waited. Because now I'm working from home, so I can take 3 more assignment because I'm saving a lot of time with respect to travel or those breaks. So I don't have to invest that anywhere, I'll just wait. I'm sure that didn't help. Second part of the question, once we are done with this pandemic and once we are back to normal, will they fall back or will they still stay there? I would say we again go back to the question which we spoke about, where we spoke about sustainable model. So if you are already there and you still talk about your purpose, passion, planning process, progressive mindset, you will stay there and you will further grow. The moment you become rigid, the moment you realize that now I have reached here and nobody can push me down, that's where we, most of us, we start failing. Because rest, everybody is continuously moving forward. So the only mantra, or I would say key to success or to stay there, is just keep moving forward. Pace doesn't matter all the time, but yes, you can't stop anywhere at this point in time, because phase is such which has to be very progressive.
So great. So as rightly put, and the session has been great. And I think to get yourself mentored by Dr. Ankita in understanding the different steps, which are very important, because if you will jump your step to get your growth, you will definitely suffer. So, or if, I think the best is to reach out to Dr. Ankita for your mentorship in case you want to, or reach out to us, write to us at chair@rabairashi.in. You can also call us.
Thank you so much, Rashi. I think Rabai Rashi Foundation is doing amazing work, and I'm extremely happy that you gave me this opportunity to be a part of this wonderful journey. So thank you so much. A pleasure being with you, and I thoroughly enjoyed this session.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you. Thank you.